Hey guys, welcome back to the M News. This is Jordan back here doing my quick review for the movie Mortdecai. Now, Mortdecai is really about this man named Charlie Mortdecai, who is played by Johnny Depp, going back and forth trying to save a stolen painting, trying to recover its traces and find it, and pay back some of his debts. And yes, it's Johnny Depp playing one of his silly characters he's been playing for the last 15 movies he's done. It's the same thing as Barnabas Collins, Jack Sparrow, and all these other characters. And it's the same thing over and over again. He just changes the accents. I didn't hate Mortdecai. That's the first thing I'm going to say. I didn't hate it. I heard a lot of bad things about it. And yes, I will grant you it's a silly, stupid movie that I felt was really stupid. And I didn't take it seriously because I didn't want to. And I think that's why I actually got some kicks out of it. I laughed one time, maybe giggled. Wasn't a great movie. By all means, it wasn't great. It stars Paul Bettany. He's also the voice of Jarvis and the Avengers and all that. Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays Pepper Potts from Iron Man, and another main lead, Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan in the Star Wars prequels. And this movie really, I don't mind what Johnny Depp does. I'm not one of those guys who goes out and hates on him as much as I hate on Michael Bay, but I really didn't hate his performance as Mortdecai. I'm just disappointed, from everything he's been doing. I really would love to see him. He took a break from the weird, facial movements and stuff for like one movie, and that was Transcendence, and that didn't really turn out that well. But this movie I did not hate. I didn't hate the fact that the story just, they had something great. They had something great here, and they just went another direction, and it really didn't turn out that great. And it's really the biggest disappointment of the year for me because I'm going into this thing thinking it's going to be a really funny Austin Powers James Bond kind of deal. We're going to get something out of it. Johnny Depp wasn't the problem with this movie for me. I think the problem was just how hard it tried to be so funny and so much fun, but it just failed on almost every level. I got some enjoyment out of it. I wasn't bored while watching it. I was just extremely sitting there the fun part for me was trying to find the scenes that I wanted to laugh at, and there was one scene in particular, I'm not going to spoil it, that I actually giggled and chuckled, and I actually maybe laughed a little bit. But other than that, this movie, I think it for me, I'm probably going to buy it on Blu-ray. And I'll tell you why, because for me, this could be a guilty pleasure. I actually enjoyed a lot of the aspects. I had a fun time watching it. I was just disappointed by the end of it. The last last 30 minutes of this movie, it was actually starting to pick up something. But by the time it picked it up, it was already over. And if they did what they did for the last maybe 30 minutes of the movie, I think this would have been a better movie. Maybe a little bit longer than it needed to be. I don't hate Johnny Depp in this movie. I'm already used to the fact that he's playing the same character over and over again, just changing the accents up. But I'm going to give Mortdecai a C-. It's not the worst movie I've seen by far this year. Don't worry, that's coming up soon, the review for that. Yeah, not one I would pay to go see in the theaters, to be honest with you. I might be saving you some money. Wait for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray if you want to check it out if you're so curious. But I would not pay money to go see this in theaters, to be honest with you. If you guys are a huge fan of Johnny Depp and what he's been doing, go ahead. But truly, I wouldn't pay money to go see this in theaters.